Hey everyone, and welcome to this explainer. Look, if you're gearing up for the JNV Class 8 LST, you can basically consider this your absolute decoder ring for mastering active and passive voice. We are going to completely strip away the confusion today and give you the exact no-nonsense formulas you need to conquer this crucial section of the English grammar exam. So here is our playbook for today. Section 1, cracking the subject-object flip. Section 2, master formulas for every tense. Section 3, essential rules and exceptions. Section 4, test your knowledge with some practice. And finally, Section 5, JNV exam tips and summary. All right, Section 1, cracking the subject-object flip. To really get this, you kind of have to think of a stage spotlight. In the active voice, that spotlight is shining right on the person or the thing actually doing the action. But in the passive voice, that spotlight moves. It moves away from who did the action and shines directly on the action itself or the thing receiving it. Essentially, the object of your active sentence gets a major promotion. It becomes the star, the brand new subject of your passive sentence. And this right here brilliantly illustrates exactly how that shift works in practice. Let's take our active sentence. Ram writes a letter. Ram is our subject, writes is our verb, and a letter is our object. Now watch the passive transformation. A letter is written by Ram. Notice how the object, a letter, literally jumps all the way to the front to become the new subject. It acts like a mechanical gear shift in our grammar engine. We then toss in our helping verb is, our main verb changes to written, and Ram gets moved to the back with the word by.
Moving on to Section 2, master formulas for every tense.
Look, whenever you face a voice question on the exam, whatever you do, don't panic. Just mechanically follow this exact 5-step sequence to decode the sentence. Step 1, find the object. Step 2, make it the new subject. Step 3, and honestly, this is where most students trip up, use the correct helping verb based on the tense. Step 4, use the third form of the verb. And Step 5, add by plus your original subject if it's actually needed. It really is just a simple, repeatable formula.
Now, here is the golden rule. If you remember literally only one thing from this entire explainer today, please make it this. The third form, or V3, is the absolute VIP of the passive voice. It is non-negotiable. Whether you're dealing with past, present, or future tense, the main verb in a passive sentence is always going to be in the V3 past participle form. We're talking words like written, played, taught, or finished. So consider this your ultimate exam cheat sheet. It shows you exactly how that helping verb adapts to different tenses, while your VIP, the V3, remains completely constant. Let's trace a couple. If the active sentence is simple present, like she writes a letter, it becomes a letter is written by her. But what if it's present continuous? She is writing a letter. We have to account for that ongoing action, right? So we add being, making it a letter is being written by her. Take the past perfect. She had written a letter. Smoothly transforms to a letter had been written by her. Even modal verbs follow the pattern. She can write a letter simply becomes a letter can be written by her. The tense of the helping verb changes, but written never ever budges.
Let's dive into Section 3, essential rules and exceptions. Okay, when you're swapping your subject and object around, your pronouns actually have to mutate to fit their new roles. You can't just shove I to the end of a sentence. It has to become me. We becomes us, he becomes him, she becomes her, and they becomes them. Interestingly, though, you and it stubbornly stay exactly the same. You'll want to keep this checklist in your head so you don't lose easy points on simple pronoun mismatches. There are 2 super quick maintenance rules to keep in mind. First, never change the original time frame of the action. If the active sentence is in the past tense, your passive sentence must remain in the past tense. Remember, you're changing the focus, not the timeline. Second, you can actually drop the by phrase entirely if the doer isn't necessary or known. If the focus is 100% on the action being completed, sometimes that by phrase just gets in the way. All right, here is the ultimate trap you have to watch out for on exam day. Intransitive verbs. Words like sleep, come, go, arrive, or die. Why are these so tricky? Well, because they don't take an object. And if we think back to step 1 of our master formula, which was find the object, you immediately see the problem. If there is no object, there is literally nothing to flip to the front of the sentence. The entire passive formula breaks down and just cannot be applied. He sleeps is just he sleeps. There is no passive version. 0.
Section 4, test your knowledge. Practice.
Okay, theory time is over. Here's your first challenge. Active voice. The students read books. I want you to apply that mechanical flip and the V3 rule in your head right now. What's the answer? Did you get it? Because books is our object, it moves right to the front. Since books is plural and the tense is simple present, we use the helping verb are. Then we add our VIP, the V3 form read, which is spelled the exact same but pronounced read, followed by the students. So we get books are read by the students. Let's step it up a notch. She is singing a song. Now this one is in the present continuous tense. Think really carefully about how that helping verb needs to shift to capture that ongoing action before we reveal it. Right, so the continuous tense demands the word being. A song becomes our new subject. We use is being to keep it continuous. We convert singing to its V3 form, which is sung, and we correctly mutate our pronoun she to her, giving us a song is being sung by her. Brilliant! Let's try just one more with a modal verb before we move to the final wrap-up. They can solve the problem. Go ahead and apply the formula. Boom! The object of the problem moves to the front. The modal can simply becomes can be, followed immediately by our trusty V3, solved. And they changes to them. Result, the problem can be solved by them. Honestly, if you're nailing these, you are in fantastic shape. Finally, Section 5, JNV Exam Tips and Summary. Let's lock this in with a final revision summary. First, master those helping verbs, is, am, are, was, were, has, have, had, will be, can be. They are literally the glue of your passive sentences. Second, memorize the V3 forms of common verbs. Do not let a weird irregular verb catch you off guard. Practice shifting sentences across every single tense using that cheat sheet we talked about. And lastly, your golden rule for the exam room. When you are staring down a test question, always identify the object first. Once you have the object, the rest of the formula just falls right into place. You now have the absolute master playbook for active and passive voice. You know exactly how the mechanical flip works, you know the non-negotiable V3 rule, and you know how to adapt your helping verbs across all the different tenses. But knowing the formula is really just step one. The real question is, when the clock is ticking on exam day, are you ready to spot those sneaky intransitive traps and flawlessly execute this subject-object flip under pressure? Get out there, practice those tenses, and absolutely crush that grammar section.